Three, two, one. Hey guys, it's Andres,
And it's Kevin here.
and welcome back to Brick by Brick. We got microphones this time around.
Finally.
The audio quality is gonna be half decent, most likely.
Happy.
Yeah, we don't really have an idea of what to talk about today, but I kind of wanted to go into like how this week looked for us. Yeah. What'd you do this week to better your goals? Because you told me you were in stoic mode. What does that mean for you?
Recently, I've been reading a lot of.
Let me move this forward. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
That shit's in my.
Recently, I've been reading a lot of. Just basically stoicism because I felt like at work, sometimes the clients got to me at times. So I was like, all right, I gotta do something about it. And I know it was mental. So I just started digging a little bit into what Stoicism has and what it is. Essentially, just put in simple terms, it's basically controlling how you respond to the world, essentially. Is if something bad happens to you, don't blame it on you, or actually blame it on you, but make sure that you overcome that and don't fall into a victim mentality. That's essentially
Okay.
all I've been doing this week.
I think that's a really good way to put it. Don't fall into victim mentality, because it can be really easy to say, I'm not gonna do this anymore because it's unfair, and it's unfair for everyone equally. Just some people decided to do it anyways.
Exactly. And so, to me, I mean, I was struggling a lot with work that I would let the clients get a lot to my head. And that kind of snowballs into the next sale. So it's kind of unfair, kind of taking what you got from that one client that was frustrating and then putting it into the next call. And then the other person, it's kind of unfair to the next person because it's like you're already in such a mood and you're very easy to irritate again.
Yeah.
If the next customer no one isn't perfect, but if the next customer is kind of nice, but, firm, or I guess like just throws commands at you, doesn't let you, do your process, it's very easy to fall into the, the mentality of like, this is a bad day, And what I've been reading about is that you should, yes, that can happen, but the way you respond to it should be calm and cool and collected, and you shouldn't let it affect you in ways like that. And my question to you is, how would you apply that to yourselves?
I think I did today, and just to like further add to what you said, it's like a lot of the times you think it's a bad day because of that, but it's not a bad day. It's just a bad moment, and
100%.
That can turn your day bad.
Yeah,
depending on how you react to it. But actually, I think I had a very similar experience. Like just today, I was doing my calls and I was having a really good day at the beginning, and all of a sudden I get a call and then it's someone that's just like, hey, no, I don't like. I thought I told you I didn't want to talk to you, and like it was very unfriendly, and it got me in a negative mindset for a little bit, and then I started having a good day again.
Yeah.
And then I realized that I forgot about that after I got like a few good calls in, and a few like friendly people that actually had conversations with me instead of just being like cold and harsh.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time, like that could have even if I didn't have a good day the rest of the day, even if everything else was bad, it would have still been a good day in terms of numbers. But my mindset could have just kept me from having a good day.
Yeah.
And it did it, but I think you pointing that out just like makes me realize how much like I didn't need to have a really good second half because the first half already made it a good day.
Right. That makes perfect sense. And in my environment, it's like the time I have to, rest in between calls is minimal, like very little, because it's inbound. Yeah. So all I do is just click a button and then I have a call in me, which is I'm very fortunate for because I don't have to, go out and scramble for leads like how I used to do it. But It has a pros and cons. Because I used to like a lot as well. Trying to use my cunning side and try and convince someone to buy certain products. That definitely built on my skill. But now I feel like I'm a little bit more of a closer because now I know I'm gonna have the opportunity. It's just taking advantage of it and basically closing it. And yeah, so basically today I was going back to the point that I was making is today, yesterday, and I believe this whole week actually, I've been reading about stoicism and how I can apply it to sales and why it's very important in sales. And that was the main reason, just because the mentality, it's so easy for you to just trap yourself in that bubble and
it'll take you away. Like it'll hold you there in that negative mindset for a good while. Like I think one bad moment can turn your whole week sour immediately and just keep you there. Like keep you in that mindset and I think a lot of people let it affect you, but like it's not personal. Like no matter what, especially in what we do when people like get calls and they're automatically in a bad mood. It's not towards you, and you just gotta like move on to the next one. Not even like try to be pushy, but just keep moving because someone's going to be in a super chatty mood and actually have a conversation with you. Maybe like the person wasn't having a good day. Maybe they just don't like salespeople calling their line.
Yeah, and I don't know what your percentages are in your environment. Like out of how many people that you talk to actually, how many people actually want to have a conversation?
I think
every sales role has something like that.
Going into wanting to have a conversation or
actually having a conversation.
Okay, so for what I do, a lot of the time I'm talking to secretaries. So a lot of the time is the person even being in the office or like getting past the front desk person. Because a lot of the times I'll be calling and then like the person at the front desk is like, oh, they're not interested. So a lot of the time it's like giving them a good reason to put you through. Like, hey, we do this. I noticed like your specific place is struggling with this. Can you transfer me?
Yeah. And do you usually like try to overcome their objection or pretend you're someone else? Or
no. I don't like them because I can set up like like difficult. I usually say what I am, what I do, and like a lot of the times I get the question, are you a salesperson? I'm like, yeah. I straight up say yes. And sometimes like you'd be surprised. One time I spoke to a young lady and she was like, she specifically said, she was like, hey, that sounds like really cool. Let me tell the person that you're trying to talk to. And like you'd be surprised at like the amount of times that it actually works. I think
cool. I think if I was in your place, what I'd do, I'd just be like, oh no, there's a family emergency for Diego. And then, oh, okay, yeah.
That's crazy.
And then, hey, Diego, this is Kevin here at Civic Plus trying to sell you something. I'd probably do something like that, bro. I gotta be cunning sometimes. I'm just playing. But how does your job compare to what you used to do? Just random question.
Like compared to what I used to
do in Allstate.
I think it's very different.
How so?
Like it's a lot easier to. I don't know. It's because I feel like
you make money.
Yeah. Yes and yes, but
yes and yes.
I'm not at the same level of skill that I was then. I don't know if that makes sense.
Is that good or bad?
Good. This job has done like really good things for me, and I think it's very different because back when I was over there, I had the skill set to do this, not that. And I think that's where, like...
I disagree. I think you had the skill set for both. It's just you didn't want to...
Yes, but the trainings that I did were particularly for stuff like this, where I'm not selling to individuals, I'm selling to, like, entities.
Yeah, it's just your priority was elsewhere. I don't think it was at work.
Yeah, I was learning different stuff, thinking that it would apply specifically to that. I think that was a big thing because insurance is very transactional and very fast paced, and I think that like a lot of the times with that, it's very emotional and immediate, and over here it's like very logical. It is emotional, but it's also like very logical. Like if this makes sense, it makes sense.
I can see that. In your specific job, I'm surprised there's a market in the first place for it.
Why? What do you mean by that?
I would think it's very limited to in terms of like how many people you can reach. You think a company at one point will like reach a point where they can't get any more customers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised because
Do they conquer like all the U.S. and then what's after that?
I don't think anyone can do that because there's a lot of so what I do
They said that about Microsoft.
I do sales to government entities, and there's cities, there's counties, there's
But there's like a finite amount.
There's townships. I guess there's a finite, but there's also a finite amount of people in the world. What happens when all states sells to every human in the world?
Well, that's like impossible. Because don't compare.
That's no. But it's the same principle. Like it's super hard to run out. It's just at a like way different scale.
So how many like products have they sold here in the U.S.?
I have no clue.
Oh.
Yeah. I have it, like,
dude,
I'd be lying to you if I made up a number, but I think this job has given me a really big opportunity to like find. I don't know. It's so much different than insurance and selling to individual people. I feel like when I was in insurance, people were a little bit less rational. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, it's because I feel like the industry as a whole was a lot more different because it's not even about the value. Like you can build value, but it's just everyone like I don't know. I think it's a oversaturated market because everyone is like everywhere. You know, not a lot of people stay loyal to their insurance companies. Most people jump around, which is good. It's always recommended. But yeah, I think that's why. I think it's the market. It's like saturated with insurance agents. And at one point, there used to be like a booming industry because it's just has slowed down.
What do you think happened with that? Like, why does insurance slow down?
Dude, AI. I feel like there's a lot of companies that quote you with like there's a lot of broker companies essentially that do the work for you, so you don't have to do it, and they kind of use outreach like AI. To mass
insurance is a price game, huh?
Yeah, it really is.
That's what I was gonna say, but
I've talked to more people that have done property and casualty, and they're always telling me that it's a numbers game.
I think because it is such a quick cycle, like a sale can happen in a day, in less than a day, as opposed to like what I do, being software as a service.
True.
Like that takes about 6 months, to a year for the sale to close, and then another 18 months for software implementation, usually, which is crazy. I don't know, but I feel like pricing is a lot less of an issue when there's a bigger return on investment. Also, like it's easier to sell ROI services. I don't know if that makes sense, as opposed to convenience.
Like
return on investment. Like, hey, you're paying this, but you're getting back double. Like, it's very tangible, as opposed to, hey, this is convenient. It's gonna save you money.
But wouldn't that be the same with like car insurance? Like, if you crash, what's the difference between
that the ROI is practically guaranteed, as opposed to you crashing is like it's not guaranteed.
Well, that depends on the salesman.
People think
that depends on the salesman.
People assume it's not guaranteed, and I feel like that's just a general assumption.
I remember I used to tell them, like, when people would tell me, "Oh no, I'm not gonna crash anytime soon," and I'd be like, "Hey, like statistically speaking, you will eventually. In your lifetime, or people on average crash about 3 times in their lifetime."
I think that's why you were so good, because you were not scared to say stuff like that.
Yeah.
I kind of didn't want to say when you die, because you are gonna die.
That's probably why I'm good at sales too.
Dude, like you do very.
Because I do life insurance.
You do very unfiltered truth, and I kind of like shy away from that. I think that was a big weakness that I had in even car and home insurance.
It's because you naturally. I don't know if it's naturally or you know,
I think
you make yourself.
Personally, I think that's how.
Because you're like very nice to people.
Yeah.
And how I am, I'm like, I'm, not that I'm not nice.
I think your personality just thrives in high risk products.
I'm just direct, I feel like.
Yeah, you solve high risk solutions and you're good at it.
I don't have a screening process, is what I'm saying. Like, but with anything.
like when you say when you're like, hey, what happens to your daughter and like getting money if you die, you need a life insurance.
I'd be scaring people all the time. So
I'll be like, what if this lady starts crying? I don't think I can handle that.
That's true. No, usually when I talk to someone, it's like you gotta have a balance of like, hey, you're my friend, but you're not that much of my friend, and like I want to be nice to you, but I don't want to be nice to you. I don't want to be like super direct with you, but I gotta be a little bit direct with you. So it's like a balance, and what I mean by that is, in order for you gotta have them think that, hey, like, yeah, we're friends, but this is like a serious matter.
Yeah,
like, it is. Life insurance
we need to talk about this.
Yeah, and then direct is like, if you're not direct, then I feel like the severity of it, like almost the severity of it is not that bad. But if you're somewhat direct, then that's like a good amount, because if you're too direct, they're just gonna be like, nah, dude, like, why are you being like that? It's happened to me before.
You're being mean.
Why are you being exactly like?
I get it.
You're so mean. That happened to me.
That happened to you?
Yeah, it happened to me. They're like, you're so mean and rude. I just see the thought.
That true story.
Dude, I've experimented with everything. Sometimes, like, at the beginning of the call, I would like ask a lot of questions to kind of know what their situation was. One guy once told me, hey, is this like why are you interrogating me? And I just hung up. Stuff like that has always happened to me.
Why are you interrogating me?
But it's good because that kind of sets the boundaries on like, okay, mate, I can go this far, but not that far. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That sets the line.
I think, messing up early on, I think that's a big topic that we could talk about. Also, like, messing up early on, how important do you feel like that was for you in your career?
100%. Like, super important, because you need to. I feel like as a man in general, you gotta mess up in order for you to learn.
Everyone.
Yeah, in general, I would say. Like, just because there's some people who don't like to mess up. There's
but even if you
want to be perfect.
Yeah, but if you don't mess up, are you perfect?
Well, technically,
no. Are you perfect? Are you like developing as much as you could?
Well, so that's what I'm saying. Like, some people might think that that's the way.
But is that
not messing up, especially in Japan, man?
Why do you have to bring up Japan?
Because they're like, their society is like, if you're doing really well, they'll try to like push you down to be like everyone else. It's not like the U.S., bro. We're like such a capitalist, and we can go into politics, but I don't want to do that. So we'll refrain from that. But yeah, it is super important to mess up, because, like I said, I think that's how you learn your boundaries and like what your your potential is. So, for example, if you mess up with this lady, you know that let's say you accidentally how would I say? Let's say you messed up her payment or something, her method of payment. You know, next time that when you get around an account information, you gotta, input the right information and double check it and everything. Stuff like that can always teach you. Or why do you feel like it's important to you?
I think I dealt with it a lot when I was changing jobs the first time after my first sales job, because I figured that I was gonna be taking a pay cut and making less money, but I still wanted to go through that because I feel like being in a difficult spot like that gives you more ideas. It gives you more skills. And if like there was a small chance that I was even gonna make more money, which
Really?
if like I knew that, let's say like worst case, I made less money, but I like my skills increased and I learned more stuff and I got like a bigger drive. I was getting complacent where I was, and a lot of people like to this day they're like, hey, like you shouldn't have left. I wish you were still working there. You'd be so much better off if you were. But I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Because yes, like at the like right now, it probably looks like I did a really stupid thing to the outside.
To the outside.
You like yeah, we talk a lot, and you know what I've actually gained from it. But
Yeah.
like even my parents and like family members, they're still like, hey, like I wish you had stayed. It would have been so much better for you. But like I got more skills. I got more opportunities. Even with this job, like this job is so much better, and there's more opportunity for growth. Maybe I'm not there where I was in terms of income yet, but
Yeah.
the high income is higher than what I was making. I have more free time. I think I work like 30 minutes less a day, which is a win already. And then I get off at 3 p.m. So I have from 3 to 9 to like get stuff done, like extracurricular stuff that I can actually benefit more from.
That's cool.
On top of learning a new skill, like learning to talk to people, I think the pool of talent in my current position where I work now is like a bunch of people that I can learn more from than pools of like coworkers that I've been with in the past with like exceptions. Like Louis was awesome. I think that was a very big learning, like learning tool for me.
Yeah.
And then, but before that, I think a lot of the things were just like a lot of the people that I work with were not at the level as the people that I work with now.
100%. Yeah, there's even at my job right now, the top 10% are like how they live, how they operate is like wow. Like I want to learn how to do that because it gets to a point where it's like not even like in terms of like how the activity. It gets to a point where it's like just
like
pure
breathing.
skill.
It's like breathing to them, dude.
It's like pure skill. It's like some people have their strengths, some people have their weaknesses, but what makes the top 10% the top 10% is that they're more skilled. So it's awesome to learn, from them, but it's cool as well as like developing your own skills, mastering time management. I feel like that's the biggest thing in sales. I feel like if you learn how to manage your time efficiently, you're probably already in front of like 70% of the people. And the 10% is just skill, and it takes time to build. But yeah, no, I've learned a lot about, the top 10% of my company. What have you learned about top 10% of your company?
I think particularly here, I learned a lot about time management because I didn't know that when we worked at Allstate. And here, I use my calendar for every part of my day. Over there, did you ever touch your calendar on Outlook?
Outlook? I don't think we used Outlook.
We did use Outlook.
Yeah, we did.
But we didn't touch the calendar.
That's true.
But here, like, I'm like every single second of my day, I have my calendar pulled up on one screen, and then
you do sequences, no? Can you explain it to them? Like what a sequence is?
So a sequence is like an order of calls. So if I have a sequence with 12 calls and 5 emails, and like let's say call 1 is the first day, email 1 is so the first day, and then like I'll complete it, and then it'll send me a notification for the next day to do the next step of the sequence, whether it be a call, another email, or even a day like off without calls, because it takes. So for sales, and this is something that I read off of LinkedIn. So correct me if I'm wrong, but what I read is that it takes an average of 8 contact points, so they call them touches, which is either a call, an email, LinkedIn text, a text for a prospect to engage, for potential customer to respond back to you. And that's why there's usually like 8 to 10, sometimes even 12 or more steps in a sequence.
Right.
But I think that helps a lot as well.
So sequence is like a plan, basically. It's like
Yeah, it's a call, an outreach plan essentially. But also, like with my calendar, I set usually like I time block everything off, and I think this is something that's been very helpful to me these past like last week and this week particularly, because it's like this. I think this is my best week so far since I've started this job, which was around 3 months ago.
Right.
And I'm having a really good week, and I want to thank time management for that. I started like blocking certain times of the day. So in my morning I have 2 1 hour time blocks for calls, and then in the afternoon I have 1 hour time block for calls and 1 email time block for calls. So I try to get like 20 calls done every, not 20, that's a lot. I try to get like 15 calls every hour.
Like every hour.
Like in an hour, I'll like just focus on calling. I'll put everything else away. I'll focus on calling, try to get the 15, and then I'll make sure I knock all of those out during that time block. I don't know if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
And that's what's helped me actually get that in line, because so I book meetings, and each one of those time blocks today, actually, except for the last one called me back. But for 2 of my time blocks, I booked 1 meeting each through those 15 calls. And then for emails, I just usually takes me like 10 minutes to send all the emails, and then I'll do like the rest for like really important prospects that I'm like, hey, this dude needs help. I'll make tailored emails to them. So like,
perfect.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. How would you, let's say that you didn't know, you're talking to your younger self and hasn't experienced sales at all. Like, what would you tell your younger self that hasn't experienced sales?
Depends how old I am. Depends where I am.
Let's say before Dish.
Like, right before?
Right before. Like, literally, you have 0 sales experience. And you're like, hey, maybe I should get into sales.
Hey, honestly,
what would you tell that your younger
I
self?
don't know. That guy wouldn't listen to me.
You wouldn't listen to him?
Yeah, but like if I told him something and he had to listen,
It's not like he has to listen.
I'd say
it's you from the future.
Hey, start sooner.
He'd probably listen, right?
Start sooner and learn a lot, because when I was working there, I thought I knew it all, and I didn't. Just because I got good numbers and I got good pay, which I assumed it translated to like me knowing everything.
Good skill.
Yeah, and yes and no. Like,
yeah, it's like a 50-50. I would say it's like there's people who are extremely skilled, extremely underpaid, and then there's people who are not that skilled and really good paid.
Yeah, I was not there in terms of skill. I think when I was working there in that call center environment,
I would disagree, because it still requires some skill.
Yes, I agree with you, but I was not like good. Right now where I am,
more diversified.
I would probably laugh at myself where I was, because I don't think I touched a book on sales or a YouTube video on sales for that entire time. For an entire year and 8 months, it was me
just figuring it out.
No, not even figuring it out. I wasn't trying to learn. I was just trying to do it my own way because it was working. Yeah. Yeah, and there was not a single moment where I tried to learn more. I think when I tried to learn more was when I was leaving, because I knew insurance was going to be difficult. So I asked like one of the top performers, hey, give me a book recommendation. I want to learn. That was the first time I ever actually tried to learn something. Which it's crazy. Did you ever go through something like that where you were like a little bit conceited towards what it was? Like you were like, hey, I'm good at this, I don't need to learn. Like you also...
I don't think so. I think I've always had the mentality of like, I'm doing good right now, so I don't want to fuck it up.
Yeah, man.
I think that's me though.
That was a very like blind leading the blind moment for me.
And it has to happen, bro. Especially in sales.
Yeah, I got humbled when I went to insurance, dude. You saw that.
I saw that shit 4K. but it happens. I mean, the like Marcus Aurelius says, it's okay to fall as long as you get back up. He didn't say that, but that's probably something he would say because he's just a beast like that. But yeah, it's just how you respond to it and how you responded to it. You didn't like, oh no, I want to quit sales. Hey Kevin, like F you for
Dude, that was hard. I low-key thought about it. I thought about quitting sales.
Probably, honestly,
Like,
I wouldn't blame you.
Dude, I got humbled so hard. I thought about it. It crossed my mind, and then I was like,
Yeah.
nah, I can't do that. This is like, I like this job. I love this job, man.
It's because that's the
This
thing.
is so fun, and
It's
so difficult.
Fun job. But
it's difficult.
to me, it was easy, but to me, because I had
you
been there longer.
are in your in that phase, bro.
But it's not because
easy.
it's not like a false narrative that I tell myself.
Okay, no, you're right. You're good. You're correct at this job.
I was
You're better than
good.
me.
I wasn't like really good, you know. So I was never on the high horse, but I was like kind of know what I have, you know. But
yeah, but you're the top performer now. You're there.
But what was I gonna say? Yeah, no. If I would have been in your shoes, I would have probably been the same. I would have been like, hey, like
Going into something without experience and being successful at it without trying to learn, it just puts you in like it's like putting a blindfold around your eyes.
basically.
I was walking around thinking I was a shit, but I wasn't. I was 19 when I started
Dude.
sales.
Hopefully, one day we get to tell that story to our people.
Yeah, let's say I think we can do it in a whole episode.
So we'll do it in the future.
But because that was fun.
It was humbling. That was a good
Honestly, I think it could have ended well.
Dude,
But
you I think you lost the faith in the product. Honestly, that it wasn't even that you were in delusion or anything like that. It's like you just lost the faith.
That
in
was
the product.
so.
Otherwise, you would have been.
I think
you would have been the greatest.
I was just broke. That was it.
Honestly, that's just it. No, you just lost the faith in the product, and then you convinced me to lose faith in the product too.
Hey, but it put us in a better place.
For sure, bro. But that was funny. I thought it was very funny.
I think if you
I was
worked
like, wow.
where I did, you would have been cracked because you always had a natural knack. I think you can convince someone that they would die if they lost their cable service.
Probably.
Yeah, dude, you're better at this than me. I have no shame in admitting that you're cracked.
I don't think so. It's just I've been doing it for a little longer.
I've been doing it for longer.
No, you haven't.
Yeah.
For how long have you been doing
For
it?
3 years.
Since you started Dish?
Yeah.
What?
I've been doing it for longer. I remember because I talked to you about it and you were still doing something else. You were still working at the bank.
Oh.
And when I was trying to get you to work with me.
It's just the personality, bro, honestly.
No, you're better. I have no shame in admitting
It's
that.
just luck, bro. It's just luck. I think it's luck. But
There's no luck in what we do.
okay, that doesn't work with you. No, I've been telling. Sometimes people ask me like, "Oh, how are you so good?" I'm just, it's luck, honestly.
Look, that's a good answer.
It's bad. That's like telling someone like, "Don't improve." In my opinion, no.
No,
But you see that through that.
Yeah.
You're like, it's not luck. It's like it involves skill to a certain
No,
point.
there's no luck in what we do because you can't have luck every day.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah. So that's a little bit. How much time do we have? I can't see.
We have like 20 minutes left, but
Yeah, that's cool. And
I think something that I want to talk about that goes back to the stoicism and like mental strength.
I think that's what we're gonna title this.
I think so too. But like our fitness journey so far, I don't think anyone knows about this, but we like made a deal to keep each other accountable through the past 2 months. We started at the beginning of May. No, beginning of May.
June.
No, beginning of May.
Was it May?
Yeah, because we did 2 months and it's barely July 1st.
June.
We started at the beginning of May, and like Kevin's goal was to get to 200 pounds by July, and mine was to get to like sub 15% body fat. I started at 193 pounds in May. Just for context, like right now where we are, where'd you start in May? In terms of weight.
For what?
In terms of weight, where did you start in May?
180,
At
181, 182. I don't remember. I have to
And
look
right
at
now you're at 187?
187, 180. I'm fluctuating in between 189 and 187.
Okay, so let's say 189. And like going up 9 pounds in 2 months is crazy improvement. And for me, I went down from 193 to 180. I wrote it down.
That's crazy. That's a crazy improvement.
180.6. That was 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And I think like it's so funny because we started like I started at 190 and then you started at 180 and we like completely swapped places in this 2 months.
It's like we were racing, but like
Yeah.
the other way, like that, and then we just kind of high five.
Yeah, 100%. But I think that was really cool because it goes to show that we like both stuck through with it.
And it's hard, honestly. Like, I'm gonna be real with people.
I think gaining weight is harder.
100%. And I don't know. I think in general, it's just doing.
Dude, I just didn't.
I just didn't eat. You are focused. You're focused on your job, right? So you're doing this,
Yeah.
and then I'm focused on my job doing that. So it's really hard to. Because we also have girlfriends that we gotta take care of and pay attention to and do all.
That's the hardest part about losing weight. Having a girlfriend.
Balancing. There you go.
I think
balancing everything.
Work,
three things.
Work makes it easier for me to lose weight, but having a girlfriend makes it harder for me to lose weight.
Yeah.
And I think it's the same way with you. Like, you want to gain weight, and like having a girlfriend helps you with that. But like being locked in on work, like when do you find time to like go get food?
Dude, I don't find that.
And
it has to be after work.
I think when I locked in the most at work, that's when I stopped eating the most. Yeah. And it helped a lot because a lot of times, like for me, it was also getting my girlfriend on board with like, hey, let's eat healthy.
It's selling the vision.
And like even if we had to go out because it made it easier for the goals, like we went to Chipotle. And I grabbed you've seen my Chipotle bowls, they look sad. They're chicken, rice, and cheese.
Yeah, they are very sad.
But, like, they're pretty fire. They're good.
Bro, Chipotle is fire.
Yeah, but, like, for me it was challenging up until I was like, hey, I just need to stop, like, being a fat ass and eating that much.
Yeah, no, I think to both of us, it's really hard because we dedicate so much time to our main jobs that like we hardly have any time for anything else. And on top of that, we have girlfriends, so like that takes the other chunk. So it's like you're trying to divide your mind into like 3 separate tasks, and sometimes it's hard because that makes it easier for you to fuck up over here or fuck up over here. That's probably why in the podcast we're 1 podcast behind.
And we're gonna go do a body scan.
We're gonna do a body scan
at the gym so that we can like actually get tangible results from that. And I think that's gonna be good for both of us.
What percentage do you think you're at?
Dude, I'm lean. I looked at myself at the mirror and I look good today. Yeah, bro. I hit one of the poses I used to do when I was jacked, and I actually felt good again. I didn't feel fat. But
yeah,
that was good. I think the next big step for me in that is.
What are you gonna do after that?
I think I'm either gonna go down to 170 and get my protein in, or I'm gonna start like focusing on going up in weight slightly, but not eating fat. Like eating a lot of chicken and rice, or a lot of chicken less rice. Things like that. But I think that's my biggest goal, like getting to a point above where I used to be.
Right.
Because like I took a big downhill in 2024. Like my money went down, my physique went down, and it was a big downturn. I see that it's for the best, but it's difficult to like.
To kind of believe it sometimes.
Like, why am I so behind? Like, if this is for the best, why am I so behind?
I want to touch on that really quick.
Yeah.
Because sometimes life works like that. Sometimes you gotta take a step back to take 2 forward.
Yeah.
So sometimes
like the Olivia Rodrigo song.
I haven't heard that song.
1 step forward and 2 steps back.
Yeah, like I was saying. No, yeah. Sometimes, man, it's crazy how life is like, and that's going back to the stoicism. It's like Okay,
It
so
fucks
this
with
happened.
your head though.
Bad, bro.
Because it has really.
You're kind
I know it has.
of you convince yourself, right? I'm sure you were going through your mind. You're like, dude, I can read your mind probably.
Yeah,
in
I
that
know.
moment, you're probably doing like, dude, why did I follow this kid? Like,
No.
why did
That never went to my head through my head.
Cap.
Like I pinky promise, bro.
Cap. I don't
Like
believe that.
when do you think that started to go through my head? Like
When you
what
started
do you think
seeing
was
that
the turning point?
you were getting the $1,000 check.
No. And I think you know that I'm not like that because what was going through my head the whole time was it wasn't like how is this kid not doing it?
I think it was like 2 or 3 months in.
Because I saw Shark doing it. I saw Shark do. I think if nobody was doing it, I would have maybe thought that. But I saw Shark doing it. So every time that I messed up, every month that I saw that I didn't make it was, hey, why am I making, what mistake am I making? Like it was again on myself, back to like your stoicism, and I think I was like super early on that. Super early on like mental toughness. I think I didn't unlock that until I left Dish. Until I went to Allstate, but that gave me that.
But you definitely thought, okay, like this was, at least you doubt it. Like this was not the right move. Did you ever doubt that?
No.
Really?
I think I told you. I've told you because
I don't know if I believe that.
You've asked me and you were like, "Hey, I'm sorry, bro." And I'm like, "Dude, you're good. Like this made me better."
But I was like, what if this dude is like secretly hates me or something?
No. But
anyways, point is that, whatever the life throws at you, you always gotta bounce back and, go back at it even harder. So
I like what you said. I really like what you said about like sometimes you gotta take one step forward, one step back to be able to. I'm thinking of Olivia Rodrigo's. Sorry. Sometimes you have to take one step back to take 2 steps forward.
Yeah.
And that's so real, and I feel like that's like I'm on the second step. I'm getting into like where I was.
I think you went from 0 to -1 to 0.
Yeah,
and you're in +1 right now.
To put visuals. This is where I was, and then this is what happened, and then like right now I'm here, and I'm about to go.
What is that graph called? What is the graph called?
Dude, I've
been thinking
it's
about
like
that.
tangent, and it's one of the trigonometric.
So it's like optimism, and then
informed optimism,
uninformed optimism, and then informed pessimism, and then it's pessimism, right? And then it's like informed pessimism.
Watch uninformed optimism, informed pessimism, informed optimism, and completion.
Dude, right now it's a light quote. I feel like I'm like informed pessimism. Like I'm going up.
I thought you were the shit.
Well, I am, but there's people still out there that are pretty good, bro. You got people that have been doing that for like 20, 30 years. That's who I'm competing against.
I'm gonna quote that 1 step back and 2 steps forward.
I'm telling you,
dude,
bro.
that song's gonna be in my head the whole week now.
Well, that's
Do you know
good.
what song I'm talking about?
No, bro. I don't listen to that music.
After this, I'm gonna play it because
he listens to.
I don't know if we can play it on YouTube, but dude, yeah. Did you never hear "Good for You" in the gym to hit a PR? Dude, that's the best PR song to ever exist in like
Good
any
for
trends.
you.
You've never heard? Have you heard that song?
Let me see, sing it.
No, I'm not singing that song.
Exactly, because you was.
Yeah, dude.
Bro.
Don't talk to me like that. That shit makes me shy. Oh man,
But
that's crazy.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, sometimes that's just how life is, bro. Sometimes you gotta take a step back to take 2 forward.
You're horrible. You're doing that on purpose.
No, I wasn't.
You're doing that.
I'm just trying to tell our viewers, our one viewer to.
Hi, Jimmy.
Jimmy and who else? Dude, shout out to Jimmy.
Honestly, yeah, shout out to Jimmy because he comments. He's the only one that comments on this.
Shout out to him and his, adventure in Mexico with the $200 credit card score.
That guy actually has a really good credit score.
Probably. And
so he does.
And our editor too. He probably sees the video before it's even out.
Heck yeah! Shout out
to the Rashad. I think it's Rashad. No, Assad.
Assad?
Dude,
yeah, Assad.
He's probably gonna see this and he's gonna be like, bro, what?
He hates you now, bro.
It's Assad, I think. That's Assad. That's how you say it, I think.
But so I played the Olivia Rodrigo songs for him now. Now he knows what they are.
I can't believe you hit PRs.
Dude, I think I hit 225 when I listened to it. Yeah.
Wow. That's good.
But,
Dude, honestly,
what were
right
you
now
talking about?
the lighting is getting carried.
Yeah, you want to just end it?
Yeah, because the lighting is disappearing.
But so yeah, the camera died. That's what happened. We'll catch you guys next week, which is actually in like 3 days for us. And yeah, that was it. Bye.
That's it.